Hello, everyone. I am the Dragon King. Welcome to Dragon King 72 Media LLC. Um, Dragon King 72 Media LLC on YouTube, Instagram, X, formerly known as Twitter, and I may upload this on TikTok, but I'm not sure. But here's the thing. If you've read the caption, you know where I'm starting, where I'm going, and where I'm going to end up. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate all the subscribers. Please tell your friends, your family members, all those people. I appreciate it very, very much. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching my videos. And please spread the word. We're making some big changes in the media space with Dragon King 72 Media LLC. And I want you all to grow with me as my communications and media dynasty grows. So, yeah. So, we know that a parent will do anything for their child, especially when it comes to protecting their child, good or bad. Because a parent just acts. A parent just kind of shows up and do what needs to be done to secure the safety of her child or children, girl, boy, twins, whatever, what have you. And that's what a family essentially does. You know, form a united front, and they'll talk later once they get amongst themselves about who did what they shouldn't have did it. But a united front is always expected in a tight family, and it's not going to change, right? Right. Okay. So, Sonny Hostin, a couple of days ago, came to the defense of her child. His name is Gabriel Hostin, I believe. He was walking along a secured area. I believe they call it Metro North, where the trains come in the city of New York, right? And he's walking, according to the video, how he explained it. He was walking, the gate was open, in a closed area, and he walked through it. He mentioned when the officer caught up with him, he said he didn't know it was a closed area. He said he had no idea, and he said he had no idea, and he wanted to come on, dude. He said he had no idea, and he wanted to just, he walks that area, or he wanted to walk through the area because the gate was open to get into that particular area near the train. If you see the video, you'll see what I'm talking about. So he's being cooperative. The officer asked him, what are you doing? He said, I'm just walking through here. Like I said, the gate was open, so I went through. I didn't see a no trespassing sign. And so, yeah, this is a no trespassing area. And they told him to put his hands behind his back. He cooperated again. And so, another cop showed up. He said, all right, how are you? Come on. He said, I'm gonna have to, can I call my mom? He said, sure you can. Called his mom. He mentioned that his mom, come on, what are you doing, dude? Come on. Come on. He mentioned that his mom was a lawyer, and that, maybe you can talk to her. He said, sure. The officer is and the officer is really complying with Gabriel's request. So it's a one-on-one positive situation. You know what I'm saying? They're not harassing him. The body cams are on. You know what I'm saying? Which is very important, especially he being a black man. So, everything's going well. He's telling him like he didn't know. He didn't mean any harm. He didn't realize. And so Sonny, his mother, is talking to him. She's on the phone, and she's telling the police officers like, "Hey, my son, he's a good Harvard, whatever student. He's Come on, dude. He's doing a, he's a Harvard student. He's a good guy, good son. He teaches, what did he say? Biology, chemistry. You know, like I said, the whole time he's being cooperative. The police officers, he's not being harassed by the cops, or they trying to, manhandle him, or what I'm saying. So it's a very cordial type of situation. Ones that, as a black man, I would love to see every time. You know what I'm saying? So that people on the right, everybody's on the right accord, whether it ends up in an arrest or just a talking to or a citation or whatever. So this whole situation with Sonny Hostin's son Gabriel and the police officers, the New York City police officers, come on, it is very ideal. It is the ideal situation that you want every time you see a black man and a police officer or police officers hurt. It's the ideal situation. Is that what our reality is? No, it's not. But it's an ideal situation. And so, Sonny shows up. She's explaining to the officer, ma'am, before she shows up, she explains it to the officer, ma'am, we're going to take it down to a violation, not a misdemeanor. Technically, he is criminal trespassing, but we're going to take it down to, she said, can you just not do it? Or, can you just give him a warning? Which, I don't have no problem with her saying it, because if it was a white person, we don't know. More often than not, his white counterparts, his Asian counterparts may have got a warning. But they said it was so serious as to where he was. Come on, dude. No. They said it was so serious as to where he was, they couldn't give him a warning. It has to be, a citation. So she shows up. She's still trying to explain the situation, how, he's a good kid, yada, yada, yada. He's not trying to, he doesn't have anything on his record, and they know it. They release him. The releasing of the handcuffs, the whole thing is very cordial. Did that have to, did that have something to do with the body cam? Probably. Did it have something to do with the cordial and the less violent, the less more conducive to what's going on in society, and how he's being treated, police officer? Probably. Or did it have something to do with his mother showing up, and she establishing herself as a former federal prosecutor? People made a big deal about that in the comments, but why not? Because I'm gonna tell you what, many white people who have privilege has protected their children. It's not any different from what Sonny Hostin did. Case in point, one of the white boys who was on the boat with Nolan Xavier Wells, his stepmother is a judge in Cold Springs County, or Cold Springs. His stepmother is a judge. And immediately when there started to be suspicion about him dying, this woman sent out a whole letterhead with her being a judge. She sent out a picture of her in a robe with attached to it with the courtroom scene in the back. So clearly she talked about how she was a judge and her whole job is to find justice for people, yada, yada, yada. So she's doing the whole thing that Sonny was doing, but because Sonny did it, it was a problem. I don't get it. I really, really, really don't get it. So, I'm with Sonny. I'm glad she was there to protect her child, because our white counterparts, rich, especially if you have status, with law officials. And as a judge, that woman in Cold Springs County, she has a relationship with law enforcement. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that Sonny is a former prosecutor flexing her muscle or using her privilege, who gives a damn? Rich, white, privileged people do it all the fucking time for their children. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and let me know what y'all think. Peace out.